Anna Catherine Peel, and I'm a third grade teacher at Passard Elementary School in the Gulfport School District. Today we're going to be talking about area, specifically standards 3.MD.7.A and B. Let's get started. Students, your I can statements for today are: I can find the area of a rectangle with whole number side lengths by tiling it. I can multiply side lengths to find the area of rectangles, and I can solve real-world word problems using area. But first, we gotta know what area is. So, area is the amount of space an object takes up. It's measured in square units, and the equation is area equals length times width. Now, you might see that as A equals L times W sometimes because it's abbreviated when we're working in our math books a lot. Now, one of the ways that you're going to see your area problems is with tiling. So that's when they go ahead and they put in these boxes, they cut out the boxes for you, and you just have to count them. But the way we're going to do it is we're going to count the width, and then we're going to count the length, and then we're going to multiply length times width. Now, it doesn't matter because of the commutative property. It doesn't matter if we multiply length times width or width times length. It's going to get us the same answer, and we know that because we've already been practicing that commutative property. So let's go ahead and get counting. Our width, we have 1, 2. Our length is 1, 2, 3. So when we multiply, we have area equals length times width. We have 3 times 2 equals 6 square units. Now, they didn't tell us what our unit is, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that it is units. Now, you may be wondering why I said square units. Well, if this is 2 units times 3 units, when you go ahead and multiply units times units together, they're going to turn into square units because you multiplied units times units. So we have 6 square units. That's going to be what our problem looks like if we're tiling. Now, sometimes we'll be solving it and there won't be any tiles. You'll just see a box, a blank box, just like this one, and it'll have the numbers 2 and 3. So, when we're working with that, you're going to do the same thing. This time you just won't be able to count the tiles as well. You just have to focus on the numbers. But we're going to still do area equals length times width. And we know that area equals 2 units times 3 units, and 2 units times 3 units equals 6 square units. Now, you may be wondering, Miss Peel, why on earth are you clapping at the end? Well, we do our length times our width equals, and the reason I'm clapping is I'm making my area, so that's why I'm clapping above my head, and I say the number, I say square, and then I say the unit. So it might be units, feet, inches, centimeters. But the reason that you clap 3 times is so you remember to say your number, the word square, and then the unit that you're measuring with. We have our 6 square units. Other times you're going to have problems, and they're going to be a word problem. Now, you still are going to work those word problems the exact same way we've been working them. I expect you to underline the numbers that you're working with, box the keywords, those words that are going to give us clues about what kind of problem it is, and circle what the problem's asking you to do. I also expect for you to read it at least twice, preferably 3 times. So, let's go ahead and read it the first time. Carla planted a garden. The area of the garden was 56 square feet. The length of one side of the garden was 7 feet. What was the width of the other side? Let's read it our second time. Carla planted a garden. The area of the garden was 56 square feet. I saw the word area too. So this must be our total, the total area of the garden. I would also know because the feet are squared, so it must have been after they multiplied length times width to get that square feet. The length of one side of the garden was 7 feet. What was the width of the other side? So that's what it's asking us to do. I like to do what I call plug and chug. So I write my equation, area equals length times width, and then I plug in my numbers under it. We know the area is 56 equals the length was 7, but we don't know the width, so I'm going to put a blank. 7 times what equals 56? If you just said 8, 7 times 8 equals 56, you're correct, because we know that the length was 7, we now know the width was 8 feet, and the area is 56 square feet. Her entire garden was 56 square feet. Those are the 3 types of problems we'll be working with today. Now we're going to go ahead and practice those skills. So sometimes you're going to hear me say, all right, pause your screen, and I want you to work out the problem. But I'm going to keep going in the video, so you're going to have to hit pause, and then I'll keep going. And so that way when you hit play, you can check your answers. Our first set of problems was those tiling problems. So here you see we don't have any numbers, we just have the tiles. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But that was a lot of counting. So what we're going to do is we're just going to count the length and the width. So let's start with the width. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1, 2, 3. And we know that 5 times 3, let's multiply it out. 5 times 3 equals 15 square feet. 15. All right, let's work our next one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So we're going to do 3 feet times 2 feet equals 6 square feet. I want you to pause your video, and I'm going to keep working, but I want you to pause it and check your answer. You can hit play again when you've finished. All right, so we have 2 is our width, so 2 feet times 1 foot. 2 feet times 1 foot equals 2 square feet. All right, this is another one I want you to pause your video on. We have 1, 2 times 1, 2. 2 feet times 2 feet equals 4 square feet. All right, now we're going to be working on problems that don't give us tiles. So they're strictly going to give us the numbers. Our first problem, we have a width of 4 and a length of 7. So we're going to say 4 inches times 7 inches. Let's multiply that out. 4 inches times 7 inches equals 28 square inches. I want you to pause the screen and work on this one by yourself. We have the width is 3 inches times 5 inches. So we're going to do 3 inches times 5 inches equals 15 square inches. I want you to pause your screen on this one as well. We have our width is 2 inches. We have our length is also 2 inches. And so we're going to do 2 inches times 2 inches equals 4 square inches. The last problems we're going to practice today are our word problems. Miss Peel was putting a new carpet down in her reading corner. She knew her reading corner was 11 feet wide and 8 feet long. What will the area of her new carpet be? That was our first read. Let's do our second read. Miss Peel was putting a new carpet down in her reading corner. She knew her reading corner was 11 feet wide and 8 feet long. Were those in square feet? No, it gave us the length and the width. So we must be trying to find our area. Let's see. What will the area of her new carpet be? That's what we're trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out the area. So we're going to plug and chug. We have area equals length times width. We know that the length of the carpet was 8 feet long. And the width of the carpet was 11 feet long. Because I underlined it, I can immediately go back and see that very quickly. So we have 8 feet times 11 feet equals 88 square feet. This is going to be our last problem today. I want you to pause the screen and work it on your own, and then hit play when you're ready to check your answers. The 34th Street Community Garden in Gulfport was putting in a new flower bed. The length of the flower bed was 9 feet. The total area of the flower bed was 54 square feet. What was the width of the flower bed? Let's read it for our second time. The 34th Street Community Garden in Gulfport was putting in a new flower bed. I see the number 34, but that's referring to the street name, so it's not going to be an important number that we need to underline. The length of the flower bed was 9 feet. The total area, I see the total area of the flower bed was 54 square feet. What was the width of the flower bed? So we're trying to discover what the width of the flower bed is. We know our length and we know our total area. So let's plug and chug. We have area equals length times width. We know that our length was 9 feet. We don't know our width yet, so I'm going to leave that blank. And then our area was 54 square feet. So, what could we multiply by? 9 times what would give us 54? 9 times what equals 54? I know, 6. 9 times 6 equals 54. So we have 9 feet times 6 feet equals 54 square feet. Thank you for learning with me today.